All
Guys,
right.
let's get it started. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of The Candy Show. I am your host, Candy. This is 2021. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my guest, motivational speaker, poet, Indianapolis own, Mr. ECURB is in the building.
Thank you for having me, Candy.
Yay!
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
All right. So, is it your first Instagram live?
Yes, it is, and it won't be my last. But I appreciate you having me. I'm kind of a novice to this, but thankful I got a 21-year-old son that's really good with his hands, so he helped me out with this. So he's showing me the ropes.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, I first actually seen you, I think it was like in 2019. You
Okay.
were in a local play, The Wiz.
Yes. And I played lower
Okay.
high underling with Katie did Productions. We did 11 sold out shows.
Nice, nice. Okay. And tell us a little bit about how did you get started in the whole motivational speaking? How did that come about? What was your inspiration? What was your inspiration?
Well, I believe about 13 years ago, about 2007, I just took a buyout from General Motors, and I was running low on funds, and I needed a job. Had a factory work background, and I got a job at the juvenile detention center. And, we just need these jobs, to make ends meet. At the time, my son was about 6 or 7 years old. And then I realized, I was in there with in what they call, I forget what area it was, but it's supposed to be the rough area, right? And I encountered a young man, and I came up to him and I said, "Hey, man, what's your name?" And he said his last name was Savage. So I thought, we remember an actor that used to play on Fox 59. His last name was Savage. So I was like, that's a different last name, but I believe you. Then another young man spoke up and said his real name is not Savage. His real name is Sanders. And I said, why do you call yourself Savage? And he looked me in the eye and said, because I'm a beast on these streets. And I looked him back in his face. I said, that's funny because you look more like a lawyer to me. And I walked away from him. And then from that time on, he kept coming in my face, showing me what kind of books he was reading and how he felt about the world. And then it dawned on me that I told him what I seen, and he never been told that before. And it motivated him to do better. So I started writing programs and poetry programs, because I was a poet, about how to uplift the youth. And that's how I started my journey, really about 2007, when I seen that hands-on, me saying what I seen to a young man, not what he thought he was, but what I seen really motivated him to do better.
Okay. I mean, that was a great story.
Thank
Now,
you.
we have a lot of things going on here in Indianapolis that we most definitely need a little bit of inspiration. Not a little bit, but we need a
We need
lot
a
of
lot. We need a
inspiration.
lot.
We need a lot of motivation.
Yes.
When where did ECURB come from?
It's so weird. I was watching the show years ago. It was one of these Channel 6 shows, and they were saying, what are words spelled backwards? What do they mean? They said, race car spelled backwards was race car. So I took my name, which is Bruce, and I spelled it backwards. And it's really Bruce spelled backwards is ECURB.
All right. Now, the first thing I thought was your name, but then curb. I'm like, were you on the curb? Did you used to be back in the day on the
Like on the
street,
block.
like
You
on the
thought I was on
corner
the
doing
block?
your thing?
Yeah. No, actually, it's my first name is Bruce. And I said, let me see what I take. If I took the ECURB, and I said, it came out saying ECURB. So I said, I really want them to know my name. So that's closest to it, at the time, I believe there was a rapper out named Little Bruce. He was from the South. He called himself something like that. I said, well, Bruce is already taken. So let me just flip it around and call myself ECURB.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. Okay, so why is it that when we talk about motivation, in a lot of the things that I'm hearing that you're talking about when in some of your songs and some of your poems, it's a lot of man's perspective. Is it because you had those experiences back when you were younger and you want to be a more positive role model for the youth, and more so the men?
Yeah, you know, working in the school system, I seen that there's a lot of young men that are not, they have the self-esteem, but the way the schools are formatted, they're not able to really express themselves. It seems like sometimes when you're a man that walks in confidence and with your head up, it's called cockiness instead of anything else. And if you look at the dominant society, sometimes when they speak up, they get applauded for it. Like if you watch what's that show used to be American Idol, when what's the little English man, he used to speak brashly and everybody used to applaud him. But if we take artists like Tupac, we love Tupac now. But back 20 some years ago, people wasn't really responding to him, if you think back, like they are now. And it was almost like people giving him his flowers after he was gone. Now you see you look at his YouTube videos, you see the power and the brashness and the confidence, but then you think about, man, 20 some years ago, they was calling him a nuisance, and this, that, and the other. So I said, let me sit back and tell the youth that it's okay to walk with your head up and don't worry about what people say, because you got so long, and so you got eternity to, when you're out of here, you only got so much of a window to make your impression. And being that the gift that I have with words and poetry, I always say this, Candy, it's entertainment today, but it's history tomorrow. I try to lay out material that, when my son decides to have kids, and let's say I'm not here, they can turn on YouTube and really look at my videos and see how granddaddy wanted them to live and how they wanted them to be. That's why posing the words, what I do now with the visuals and different things, I want to make it concrete where I'm coming from. Because sometimes you can hear the beat and get into the rhythm, but when you hear the words, and I try to paint a picture that really people can understand, even if they turn the sound down.
And actually, I'm going to switch it up because, this is 2021. We're not going to try to do things the same way we did back in 2020.
No doubt.
I want you to give us a little bit of motivational poet.
Let me tell you this.
Yes, give me some poetry. Give me some poetry.
Let's say I come into a room, right? And I'm motivating young people. And I come to them and I say, they tell me about their lives, and I ask them, do they want to hear about my life, right? And they say, yeah, go ahead. And I say, at one time I was unemployed and alone with no money to eat. Eviction notice on the door. No water and heat. Son's clothes fitting snug, shoes tight on feet. But I'm still having dreams of putting lyrics to beat. Now, I don't want to come and get it. I don't need this car. Have so far to go, but yet came so far. Now, in the morning, in the mirror, I ask ECURB who you are while I'm trying to keep my focus while I'm raising the bar. And then it crept deep into my mind that one day, pressure's only use is to refine. And one day, I'm going to try to take all that is mine and climb up to the top of the mountain which others deem impossible. Obstacles get toppled through. And one day, these haters won't even bother you. And one day, I'm going to be in a place that no more will I lack, because it ain't where you from, it's where you at, and I believe that. So when I make it to the top, I'm going to buy what I want. I'm going to buy my mama's crib. I'm going to flash when I flaunt. I hope somebody with some wisdom shows the do's and the don'ts, so I don't meet no Meg Thee Stallion. Hope I will, but I won't. I'm headed toward the top. Won't you meet me there? I don't care about your race, just as long as you fair. I got people on my case. Ask ECURB, do we care? Well, we're them same people when my fridge was bare. Now, I'm a trip. I'm a dog. I'm a thug with no plan. No. I'm a father. I'm a business. I'm a God-fearing man. I was the one that's on the side with his face in the sand. You know, the one that kept his faith when God told him to stand. Now, you can love it. You can hate it. Don't matter that much. I've been too busy living to even see you that much. With such grieving and deceiving everybody distressed, I'm believing it's my season. All around me is blessed. So, Lord, please take my soul up out this atmosphere. Take my place among the stars. Ain't no haters here. Been so deep up in this game that I can't leave. You see, I switched my altitude. Haters can't breathe. But I hear them gasping. Candy's on the side laughing. So much for me to do. I'm multitasking. Now, what you want to do? Don't mind me asking. Now, where you headed to? Now, what's your passion? What out here moves you? Don't ever let this game fool you. It's only aimed to spit you out. It may confuse you. Take this little bit from me. It might amuse you. But what you need from me, because I don't want to lose you. I love you all. That's one day. Thank you, beautiful. No
You're gonna
doubt.
make
No
me
doubt.
come on now. Come on.
Come
This
on,
is
Ken.
church. This is a
Let's
Sunday.
have fun. Let's have fun in 2021. You know what I mean? Let's get things
Ooh,
accomplished. Let's motivate the public, and let's have fun in 2021. Yes, ma'am.
mm,
No
truly a
doubt.
gift. Truly a gift. Truly a gift.
No doubt.
Mm.
Thankful.
Tell us a little bit about what would you like to be doing with the God-given gift that you have, besides motivational speaking, which I know you do,
Yeah.
and utilize your poetry. What is it that you want to do as far as reaching a larger audience?
Well, I wrote a movie script 10 years ago called Escape from Exodus, you know, and I sat on it, and it took me 6 months to write. Uh, it took me 2 months to write. Then I got burned out, and my laptop was malfunctioning, and 2 months to fix. So when I got it back, I finished it up. I want to use movies and motion pictures. I want to produce my own songs and soundtrack for the movie. Uh, and I decided, you know, this year was the year to do it. You know, in the last 60 days, I've lost 3 loved ones. You know, 2 to a heart attack and 1 to cancer. And 1 was my best friend. And it's so funny, Candy, I didn't realize he was my best friend until he was gone. And 4 days prior to his passing, we talked about things we were going to do and different things we were going to accomplish. And I was so excited to hear about him. He just came from a rough relationship. And 4 days later, I got a call that he had passed away. And it dawned on me, Candy, that he wasn't going to jump out that casket and say, surprise, I was just playing. It was done for him. But I knew it wasn't done for me. And I don't know how long I have left, Candy, but I knew that every moment is to put, not like, it's January 30th, and I already put 16 videos out on my Embry Organic YouTube video. Because I'm like, I got to leave my, you know, I heard Miles Monroe say this one time. He said, what is the richest place in the world? And people were saying Dubai and Italia, Italy. And he was saying the cemetery. And people didn't get it. And he said, there's songs that never been sung. There's movies that never been written. The cure for cancer is in the cemetery right now. The cure for AIDS right now is in there. So I said, you know what? I've been playing around with this gift. I've been playing. And you know, you have so much energy when you're young. And I had so much energy for doing foul things. And now that I'm older, and I'm starting to see aches and pains, places, and I'm hearing bones pop, I said, man, I don't know how long I got. And for me to leave this destiny and leave a legacy, which is hard for Black males to do, I said, you know what? I'm tired of looking the part and not really being the part. So when COVID hit, the first month and a half, Candy, I sat back and I didn't know how exhausted I was. I was like, man, but after a month or two, and I was relaxed from the rat race because the particular job I had, you know, we had to shut down. So I had to sit back for a while. Then I said, you know what? It's time to get purpose driven. I changed my diet. I changed my views. I became a vegetarian. And I'll be 53 in March. And this is the best mindset and the best shape I've been in my life. And I said, you know what? I got to get my body, my mind, my spirit ready for the next level if I plan to be there. I can't expect to be somewhere and not be prepared. So I guess the answer to your question is through these movies, through songs, through motivational speaking, through plays, through I have a 35-minute spoken word show that's speaking about life. You know, I plan to get it out there, and don't worry about who says what about me. I don't care. Because you live this life only for you, like with your show. You know, when we were emailing back and forth, I was saying, let's have fun with this. I think I met you last year at like an audition, and we talked for a little while. And, you know, and I hit you a couple times, like, do your thing. You know, we back and forth. And when you asked me to be a part of this show, I jumped on. I was excited about it because I knew it was time. This is my time. This is my destiny, and I'm ready for it. So just with the music and the movies, and I did a play version with Escape from Exodus because, you know, that's how Tyler Perry did. He did his plays and he did the movies. And I'm like, I don't mind being a copycat if I'm copying the right cat, even though you never see me in a dress because I won't do that. You know what I mean? But the thing it is, you know, you have to follow your destiny, and that's what my plans are to go that far with that.
Yeah, I did meet you earlier last year,
Yeah.
but then that's the I don't want want to say crazy, but that's just the way that God is, because I would not have known that I would have met you after seeing you a few months before in the play.
Yeah, yeah.
And let me tell you, the only way that I was able to distinctly remember who you were was because of the beard.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I came out as Lord Underling, you know what I mean? And let me tell
Yes.
you the funny story about that. That was so funny.
Yes, tell everybody how you get into being in the Wiz in the local play, and then the character that you took on.
Yeah, you know, it was like with me with writing a movie script and hoping to turn it into a play. You know, most people don't know the hard work that goes into producing an album or producing music. And the stage was something so different to me. And, you know, the easy way out, and I ain't saying the easy way out, but most of us think I have an audition, I had this, and then I call people in, and then I rent a place out. And I said, it's got to be more than that. You know what I mean? I said, and I don't want to get in the place because I'm at the age now where even with my music, I can't get on with a blank CD or an instrumental CD. I got to have a band because you got to do things different and step it up. So I said, let me audition for a major play, and so I can get the experience of being on stage. And plus, live theater would enhance my skills, memorization and everything. So I said, let me go. First, they had me doing dance. Now I'm 50-some years old with the crew dancing, doing, he's on down the road. I was like, Lord have mercy, I ain't trying to play no scarecrow. I don't know what's going on. And they said, look, it's Lord High Underling, you can do that. That's a different kind of part. And you come out doing this way. So I wanted to have that experience. And I didn't know nothing about Tech Week. And here's the crazy thing about that, Candy. I've never really seen The Wiz. You know, I'm probably the only black man never seen it. So it was like, you know, it was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I said it, Candy. I said, let me get to my coffee.
You had never seen The Wiz?
Now, I remember buying it on DVD, but sometimes, Candy, I can't sit still. You know what I mean? So when I auditioned, and they told me what the character was like, and you know, if you remember how I came out like, make way. You know, I was like, I came with the passion. I read it like what I felt it was going to be like. And sometimes I came to understand with me, I like to put my interpretation to something. I like to put my personality into it. You know what I mean? So I knew that's the way I would do it. You know what I mean? So I took it raw, looked at it, and the first time I actually seen The Wiz was when we did a whole run through, and I got a chance to look at it while I was there before the first show. Sometimes it's good to approach something with a fresh feel. And at that time, I got a chance to be that way, which was beautiful for me and uplifted me in that way.
That's crazy.
No doubt.
Wow.
No doubt.
And you know, like I said, I wouldn't have never thought that I would have seen you again. Well, I'm pretty sure because listen, Indianapolis is small.
Yeah.
And when it comes to when you talk about the entertainment field, Indianapolis gets even smaller.
No
so
doubt.
I'm pretty sure I would have ran into you again. But it's odd. And like it's just so crazy and amazing that it was just so, but like a few months afterwards, I'm talking to someone about something else.
Yeah.
And then here you come, because you guys were also working on a production yourselves at the time.
Yes.
I'm like, wow. And when I knew after meeting you and looking at everything that you were doing, I wanted to make sure that I got you on because the platform that the Candy Show has, we make sure that we showcase some great, serious, positive talent here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure, yes, when we were talking about trying to get you on once before, timing is everything.
No doubt. And I'm ready now. I probably wasn't ready then. You know what I'm saying?
2021, now we're here. You're on here. Okay, now let's talk about a little bit about now. We talked about the motivational piece of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have poetry that doesn't just speak specifically about being motivational? Do you have something for the ladies?
You ready?
I'm ready for you. If you're ready, I want to hear something for the ladies.
It's your sexy smile. It's your sensuous glare. Whenever men see you, they stop and stare, but not a lustful stare, with a respectful gaze so they can take it in some more of your sexy ways because you smooth, cool like that, hair laid back, style worth a while, and woman you tightly stack. And if I ever get a chance to knock, I'm gonna rock it in the morning till the sky turns dark. Now look here, you quite incredible, sultry, intellectual, like Nat King Cole would say, woman, you unforgettable. And making love, I just relax and pause and let you climb up on the top and watch you go for yours. It's such a blessing just to be here in your presence. No need to look no further. I think I found the very essence. And plus, you got me in a daze, because I can't get past your sexy ways. To break it down, I mean a woman's unique. From the tip of her brow to the edge of her feet. But don't sleep. Just lay there and chill as your hair blows. Extension, straight comb, and braids are just an afro. It doesn't matter. It's your beauty within. You know where you headed because you know where you've been. And let's not bring up your skin. Caramel or milk chocolate, ooh girl, I got the topping for it. You need a mate who goes deep in your soul with spirituality and love as the aim and the goal. I see your pain and I can feel it. It's been a long time coming, I know. I can deal with it. All I need is your patience. You my lover, my guide, plus the queen of civilization. And plus you got me in a daze, because I can't get past your sexy ways. So come get a taste of this blackberry loving. Warm as can be, like I popped out the oven. As I caress on them hips this thick and pour milk down on your body like you was Nestle Quick. And then I lick and won't quit in the night. This moonlit feel the love I transmit. You can't help but have fits. So open up and let me find my way. Because I ain't had a thing to eat all day. And you look tasty. So let me have a bite and hit it more than twice. Loving you right, then I rub your body down with ice. Keeping it real while I give you a treat. To smooth, relax your body so you don't overheat. I think you got me here in ecstasy. Never forget who I'm with because I got you right here next to me. And plus you got me in a daze because I can't get past your sexy ways. Let me drink my coffee on that.
I gotta cool
Candy
it
is
down
so
here.
sweet.
Cool it down
Candy is
here.
so sweet. Candy is so sweet. I was just sitting there with you.
Thank you so much.
No doubt.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a few words that you said that just went woo.
I appreciate it. It's supposed to move the spirit in the soul.
Word.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Heard the word.
Thank you,
Some
beautiful.
other words.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Tell everybody how they can follow you.
I actually got a website called Embry Organic. Embry is my middle name, where I make this jewelry. Like this is one of my pieces. I sell soap. I sell lip oil, homemade with rose petal flowers. So they can order on Embry Organic. I have jewelry. Like I said, here's one of my pieces right here.
Oh, wow.
And I did all this, sitting back. We had a long time through this pandemic. And I said, here's the thing, Candy. People always say they want to change themselves. They want to reinvent themselves. And no disrespect to anybody. But if you didn't take this time to reinvent yourself, you might not ever do. So I sat back and I stopped dreaming and I started doing it. So, I got the soap. I got the bath bombs. You know what I'm saying? And I got the oil using rose petal flowers and aloe vera and different things. I got your body butter. You know what I mean? I got every kind of thing. Keep your skin smooth and keep you smelling good. And they basically, as a man, I sat back and said, how would I want my woman to smell and feel? You know what I'm saying? So I put all this together and I'm trying to reach out to beauticians, estheticians, and, talk to me about my display and get my lip oils and lip balms, and we can do a partnership so we can have this black economics going on so we won't be a slave to the dominant society in case they change their minds and don't really want us around anymore. No doubt. So it's Bruce Ford at Embry Organic. That's EMBRYORGANIC.com. And you can look at the videos on YouTube, which is Embry Organic. And I got 16 videos up of my songs with total visuals to my poems, so you can feel where I'm coming from for real, from a visual standpoint, and hear what I'm saying too.
Yeah, because I noticed that on your videos, I believe at the very end of each video, you make sure
that
you promote the products that you're selling and also give the information about the website as well.
Yeah, no longer we should be doing anything for likes. You know what I mean? Because, you know, if you think about it, we're in a war out here. You know, we're in a medical war, financial war, even and what I've seen in the educational system, educational war. And it's almost like there's a target on masculinity. And I got to be honest with you, Candy. My mother and father was married 63 years. And my father passed away in 2014. So I was blessed to see a man get up and move around for 50 years of my life. And my mother was 86 years old. And he taught me how to be a man. And I don't know nothing else. And there's nothing wrong with being the kind of man you dream to be, especially if you had a great role model. So my thing of it is, I want to, a lot of times the youth don't know what a real man is because they haven't been around real men. And I just want to push the narrative that it's nothing against masculinity. And some of the views that we have of masculinity is not what it really is. And through my music and poetry, which is the gifts God has given me, you know, this is my legacy that I want to leave on this earth before I take my last breath. No doubt.
And you know what? You just said something about not knowing how to be a real man. I honestly had a man ask me that same thing. And I don't know if it was because he didn't know, but it was, I think, from really the perspective of me, from a woman's perspective, asking me, well, if I'm doing this, that, and the other, then what is it that, in your definition, what is it that a real man should be? I mean, what is your definition of a real man if I'm taking care of my business? You know, and so I'm glad you just mentioned that.
You know what, Candy? Let me say this to your listeners, if I can. The one need of a man is not to be loved; it's to be respected. I would love to kick hands and hold hands like anybody else, but respect is the key. And this is the way I can break it down at my age. Is usually a man my age dating will usually encounter a young lady who has, let's say, a son. And this is the best example I can give. Let's say I was walking to the young lady's house and her son said, "Hey, I don't like you." Okay, I can respect that. He don't like me, you know. He said, "You date my mama, but I don't like you." But if I say, "Okay, you don't like me, but I'm gonna put this carton of orange juice in your mama's refrigerator. Don't touch it." That ain't got nothing to do with how you like me or not. You know what I'm saying? It's respected. And I think sometimes we confuse with you know, there's so much, you know, kind of disrespect I see. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Candy. I don't like that energy around me, and I'm not gonna be disrespected. And we have, as men, we have to say, "Hey, you know, this is how I want to have my standards." And as ladies, we have to be the same way. You know, and I got this saying, and it might sound kind of raw, but let the Pookies and Ray Rays have those other ones. But let me try to, you know, have a queen in my life. And when the dominoes fall, we see who's standing, you know, later on. You know, so that's the way when you make up your mind to be that way. And for years, Candy, I didn't look at life that way. But if you be honest, for years I didn't get nothing done. You see what I'm saying? So just like if I can have obedience and discipline in my diet, I should have obedience and discipline in every area of my life. And when I put together my own website and put together these oils, I had the comfort in my home, and I prayed about what I wanted my business to be about, and I started making moves doing that, and I started seeing it manifest around me. So that's really yeah. And I'm gonna put a video out Valentine's Day. I have a song called "I Love the Black Woman," which would be that video should be out February 12th. I have that up on my YouTube, and that's strictly for Valentine's Day to kind of usher up that moment. You know what I mean?
Okay. Once again, tell everyone how they can reach you, how they can follow you. Tell them about your YouTube page.
Okay. Embry Organic is the website, www.embryorganic, that's EMBRYORGANIC.com. You can go to YouTube, it's the same, Embry Organic. You can even go to Instagram and have Embry Organic, but you can email me at bruceford@embryorganic.com. And I want to thank you, Candy. I want to tell you this. This format that you have, you know, if it was easy, everybody and their mama be doing it. And you were you would send me emails. You sent me a form to fill out. I was like, oh man, I said, she for real. You know what I mean? I said, this is cool. This is the way it should be. I was like, I'm filling out forms. I got to use my digital signature thing I got. I said, I finally get a chance to use it and send it back. And you was like, send me a video. And then I was like, hey, that's how you do it. So kudos to you, because I want your listeners to know this is not easy. Anytime you got to take a segment of your day, prepare. When you take a spot that you filling in, you got to take other things out your life. You know what I mean? So people, you're replacing it. So kudos to you, Candy. Thank you. And if you ever want me again, I'll be happy to come back, beautiful.
I thank you so much. I appreciate this. This is not an easy task, but the one thing that keeps me going is because God put it in my heart to help others.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I do appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that's on here. I hope you guys continue to support not only ECURB,
thank you,
but the Candy Show and everything that's coming up in the future.
Thank you, beautiful.
We can't predict the future, but I do know that as long as the Candy Show is here, I am here and will truly make sure that we spotlight our local talent, because you know what? You never know where you're going to come.
Oh, let me say this for you though. Yes. Yes.
We'll never know where you're going to go. We don't know where you're coming from.
Come on now.
We don't know where you've been.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, he's going to take us somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just it. That's just it.
Yeah.
And so I want to, you know, like I said, I'm so glad that you're here. I will continue to support you, follow you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hopefully, soon, in God's time, we'll be able to see each other again face to face.
No doubt. No doubt.
So, everyone, thank you so much. Tonight is now at an end, and I appreciate you guys so much. And everybody, make sure you log on to the Candy Show next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.